breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. There'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. We're live, coming to you from Oldsmar, where I saw high temperature today is supposed to be 88. I had to do a double take. Like, 88? The heck? It's summer. That's summertime temperatures. So we're going to get into all that for sure. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Good morning, Miss Shelly Ross over there on the other coast of Florida. I'm coming to you live from Oldsmar, Florida with my boy Louie. Had a good little weekend. We had softball this weekend and went to Oktoberfest Saturday night here, put on by the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. It was a lot of fun. My arm is a little sore. I did a Stein holding contest. Is that what they call it? A Stein? Beer Stein? Apparently I cheated, but I got second place and went 7 minutes, and my arm hurts extremely bad today. Using muscles I have never probably used holding that thing full of beer. So it was a lot of fun. Got to hang out with my buddy Major from Tampa Bay Brewing Company. It was a good time. And then softball went really good. Weather's great. It was pretty hot and muggy. But yeah, it's our brew crew here. What's up, our fellow cone heads? Our daily brew brought to you by our great friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. I'm in a good place right now. I thought that was funny, so we're sharing that photo of the day. Hope you got to enjoy some great products from them this weekend. A lot of pumpkin festivals, Bob Parrish, correct? I'm glad we got to go to Howl-O-Scream at least once. I like to do a couple Halloween things, make it feel like the season. We actually got lucky and went when it was cool outside. I couldn't imagine going right now. Good morning, Miss Mike Soul, Mike E. What's up? Ryan Sullivan, Sunny Naples, Arena. What's up? Good morning, Richard Reamer, L.A. Key. What's up, Mr. Scott? Morning, Mary Krause. Good morning, Lindsay from Dade City. That's where Louie was born. You were born in Dade City. Good morning, Mr. Eric. Eric, are you like I am? And once the Rays are out, I don't watch football anymore or baseball. I kind of lost my interest once the Rays got annihilated. All of America, AOL East got goose eggs. Hey, Miss Courtney Williams, Plant City. We love the Strawberry Festival over there. I think Mr. Jim Smith, is he the one that runs it, if I remember right? Lindsay, good morning, Sarasota. Tierra Verde, not Karen. Bill said it's Miller time. God, Bill, you're diehard, man. I couldn't imagine right now. What's up, Mr. Tom? Coffee deprived? That's not a good thing. Years ago, I mentioned that my K-cup was broken, and one of my neighbors was watching, and I magically had a K-cup arrive on the car roof of the car. I think David did that. David, if you're around. Jacob, looks like Tammy is going to Florida. I know. We got to talk about that. We're going to talk about all kinds of weather. Good morning, Mr. James. Shelly, that sounds like fun. You must have a good mall. You like your mall? Thousands of kids showed up. That's pretty cool. Did you get a new business because of that, I hope? Oh, man. Lori wants to know, how the heck does Louis sleep? I know. He is very calm. We've raised very calm dogs. Right, buddy? Hey. What are you looking at? Look right there. Say hi to everybody. Right there. Stay. Look right there. There's nobody there to look at. He's like, what do you want me to look at, Dad? So let's talk about the weather. Say bye-bye, buddy. Bye-bye, everybody. So I apologize to the wife of the gentleman that won the beer stein holding contest. I was trying to rattle him, so I was over there kind of talking to him, and she's like, get away! I'm breaking the rules of whatever. But we found out the winner got nothing, so. So anyway, good thanks ABC. Big thanks ABC, as always. We really appreciate them. It's getting into winter time, so we'll be celebrating there a lot. Here's the current tropics. We're going to get into that. I'm going to talk about all weather real quick, and then we're going to get into the tropics. Who invented Tammy? Remember Tammy Faye? Good morning there, Sean Davis. Summer, what a cool name. I love Daytona Beach. That's one of my stomping grounds. Roxanne from Parrish, Texas. It's cold up north. Hot down south. Jamie, we had a lab that was that way. We had a lab that never calmed down. Even the day we had to put him asleep, I don't know what to say appropriately. Julie gets mad when I always talk about things like that. I always say things the wrong way. But he was bouncing off the walls even after he got his shot. The doctor's like, man, this dog never calmed down to the day he died. All right, so we're going to talk about these two areas. We're not worried about the orange guy with Tammy. We're going to talk about a lot. Let's talk about the rest of the weather real quick. So this is your morning map this morning. Thought it was interesting to point out. I got a lot of friends and family up in the north. So everything light blue is frost. Frost is all the way in the mountains. Carolinas, Tennessee, a little bit in Georgia. A lot of frost up there. Cold air tonight. We got 20s and 30s for the northeast. It's freezing. Like winter came in, like bam, out of nowhere. And foggy across the upper Gulf Coast. That's because, as you know, it's warm, muggy, hot, ugly. Michelle's going on a cruise. Oh, you lucky dog. Dean remembers Rusty. How about that, Dean? What's up, Miss Bobby Curtis? Yeah, that was about 5 years ago. I think Rusty passed. A long time ago. Hey, Greg Montgomery. What's up, Mr. Furman? How's my man doing? Cold air, Mike. We're not going to see it for a while. All right, so let's go weather real quick. What's going on in the whole world? So frost and freeze up north this morning. A lot of frost. A lot of pictures of frost. Warm and muggy down south. Here's these temperatures that I woke up to where it said we're going to be 88 Tampa today. I'm like, are you kidding me? So we have 90s across Mississippi around the river. Upper 80s for Texas, Louisiana. So, man, it's hot. We even got 80s way north in the Montana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, excuse me. Oklahoma. Had something else in my mind. Montana. I got buddies that live in Arkansas and Oklahoma, and I was laughing this morning. I'm like, hey, you're going to be 85 degrees too. So, but it's cold up north. But anyway, there you go. Hot in the south, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. That's the big news. Here's why. This is your rainfall totals for the next 7 days. This is Monday to Monday. What's amazing about this is we have nothing for, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen 7 days of like almost nothing for this many states. All the way to Maryland, parts of Jersey. But anyway, no rain for the next 7 days. We have a high pressure system that's blocking right here. Boom, boom, boom. Big old blocking high pressure system. That same high pressure system is going to be blocking Tammy, making things a little interesting. So yeah, I was like, wow, no rain for 7 days. I put these big old clowns out, animated clowns that I get at Spirit Halloween. I got 2 of them. I bought a new one this year. I haven't even opened the box yet. But I wait to put them out because I'm worried they're going to get rained on. Well, I'm starting to think we're not going to get rain. It's all the way to Halloween. So it might be safe to put them out now. And I'm a little worried about our annual tradition of a fire pit on Halloween because it gets hot. Oh, Angel from Jax, what's up? Hey, Greg Montgomery, Jason told me the story about his camper, Axel. You all had to scramble for a trailer. What a terrible. So, that didn't sound like fun. But hey, you always make the best of it, right? Getting excited about Daytona. Do you know that Furman is working on another race car for Daytona? The Hurricane Awareness Machine? Partnering with the Florida Division of Emergency Management. Is that not cool or what, man? So we'll be promoting that here real soon. Can't wait for that. Talked about doing maybe another Christmas giveaway. We did a Halloween giveaway last year. I think we were going to do a Christmas giveaway this year. So I'll be working on that. Good morning, Emily from Trinidad. How's it going down south? Did you get any rain from Tammy? We'll see. All right, so let's keep on going here. So another thing in the weather news I posted, high pressure to the north is starting to build. And look at these winds for tomorrow. So a lot of folks in Florida tomorrow, especially the East Coast, parts of Georgia here, down in the Savannah. We're going to have strong winds rolling in off the Atlantic tomorrow. Quite strong, actually. And these are going to make it all the way through the state. So it's going to be a breezy, windy day across lower Georgia and Florida Peninsula tomorrow. So if you got any outdoor plans or anything, just prepare for that. A lot of wind is incoming from the east. That means we could have some high surf along the Florida East Coast down all the way to Miami and the Keys. So not the best boating day, Bahamas especially. Hopefully it doesn't mess up any cruise ships and their dockings. So, hey, Kimberly from Belize. I bet y'all got some rain last week, right? That was from our lingering front. So, LA Key, Daytona is, Greg, you don't have to prop me, man. You the man. Appreciate that. You heard my story, Greg, right, about the generators at Talladega, man. Definitely made an impact this year. Went from like 3 or 4 years ago not seeing one to like, I saw dozens this year. It was great to see. Carly, tornado season. We'll talk about that later if you want. But yeah, definitely strong in the south. Unfortunately, Florida, where I live. So we'll talk about that. And don't need them boats are rocking when they try to be docking. All right, so big winds tomorrow. Another weather story. Another weather story is this. This came out over the weekend. This is your 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, kind of in line with what I just posted. But through the dates of October 28th to November 1st, these are your average temperatures. Yeah, we'll have a cool down. It's the overall time frame of 6 to 10 days. So once you lose this cold front in the northeast, as we get in towards the end of the month and towards 31st, Halloween, cool, big cold snap coming from middle part of the U.S. That's been another big story. A lot of snow, big snow towards the end of the month. But temperature-wise, look at Alaska, man. Way above normal in Alaska for Halloween. They just had a big snowstorm this weekend, though. I did see. So they did get some snow in Alaska this week. But overall, temperatures are going to be above normal. Yuck. I love cool Halloweens. I hate hot Halloweens. And then last but not least, I saw Shelly pumping it. Then we're going to talk Tammy. Don't forget, we got a new graphic here Shelly put together. That's our new official logo for the 3rd annual MWP Cruise. Starting to really pump it, getting excited about it. You know, we once hurricane season's about over, man, we all get excited about, a break, and March comes quick. But we always have such a great time hanging out with all of our weather fans. So if you love cruising, check it out. That's our ship. It's going to be Royal Caribbean. Biggest perk of it is we do a big weather seminar. I usually talk for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. But you are allowed to drink during our weather seminar. And at the end, we do a Q&A and talk, and it's really cool. So it is a weather educational cruise with a lot of fun stuff. So if you're in the industry, you could probably write it off, which is great. Last but not least, let me show you this. I know I've been talking a lot about this. So I did get my lights installed. This is like a soap opera. When you come to our Daily Brew, I talk about things. But these are the 3 lights that have been driving me bonkers that never synced. So I got new ones that sync. So all the lights are working. They syncing, they blinking. So I did get my lights up. I want everybody to know that. All right, so back to tropics. We got Tammy and Invest 95. Real quick, Invest 95 is that. It's going to be bringing a lot of rain to Central America, Honduras. Going to pop on over to the Pacific. It might form over there in the Pacific after, but that's where it's going. Now, we talk a lot about this blocking high pressure system, right? Because of this high pressure system's blocking, eventually it's driving our system that way. And we really don't have any fronts incoming. If we had a front incoming, then it might lift our system to the north. But we don't have a front, we have a high. So systems like this, I saw a pretty reputable meteorologist I follow mention that if the steering patterns were different, this could be a concern northward. But luckily we have this high pressure for north areas, and it's not going to do anything. So then we got Tammy. So let's talk about Tammy. So here is what Tammy looks like. Tammy is a hurricane, and it's still bringing a lot of rain to the Leeward Islands, right on the edge of the U.S. Virgin Islands of Puerto Rico. I'm not sure what they'll get, if they get anything at all, but still heavy rain, tail of our system to the south. Not the best looking system for sure, but it is expected to intensify. The latest NHC talking about might get up to 90 miles an hour. So they're showing a peak at 90 mile an hour. So it's still 80 mile an hour. So it's not that bad. It's going to intensify a little bit as it moves north. The tracks of this now. Okay, what is going on? This is Bermuda right here. So last week's theme was a tug to the north and a turn northeast of Bermuda. Now listen, tropics, they always changing. And one thing that makes this an ongoing daily soap opera, as I call it, is because things change. You know, you never say never in the tropics, and apparently we got busted on that because it's not looking like it's going to go east of Bermuda. Now there are some that are, but what a change in these spaghetti models from last week, and I'll show you why here in a second. It's really fascinating. The official track is this. This one comes out at 5. We have a new one at 11. But almost smack dab towards the middle part of Bermuda now. Now, it will be a weakening system. There's cool water, and it's going to be kind of combined with that high pressure system, wind shear. So it is expected to weaken some, but it could still be a big old sloppy, wet, rainy, windy rainmaker if it gets that close to Bermuda later in the weekend. Well, actually, it could start Saturday, but we'll see. Be later in the week this thing figures out what it's going to do. So very little movement the next few days. Still going to be a hurricane all the way to Thursday. And then we have a blocking high. So there's the official forecast. Now, all you TikTokers out there that follow me, I put a video out and I put a question mark. Tammy coming to Florida? Question mark. And if you watch the video, I made it pretty clear it's probably going to be weakening. These are outliers, but man, people like to get mad without listening to the content. Before I show you these, let me show you weathernerds.org has a great page here that shows the actual ensemble. So here's your 6Zs. These just came out. All right, so 6Z, 18Z Euro runs only go out 90 hours. So this stops at 90 hours. But the black is the mean of the Euro, meaning the average of all the ensembles. And it's actually going south of Bermuda now. Last night's 00Z cycle runs out 10 days. It's split. You can it's not split because the black means more saying this than that. But again, it's all because of high pressure coming into the north, which is so fascinating. This is exactly what it was when we watched Sandy many years ago. Sandy was a stronger system, but it ran into a blocking high pressure system. Some of the models had to go that way. Some of the models had to go that way. So it happens. It happens late season. Timing of fronts, how strong fronts are. Models have a hard time determining how strong fronts are sometimes. And in this particular front that we just got through the state, actually it was muggy and warm. It was a weak front, so it's not very powerful enough to really pick this thing up and curve it. So these are your latest ensembles. Now, most of these are weak. Yes. And the timing would be towards the next weekend, first part of next week, if this thing were to figure out a way to turn and some of this moisture would head towards Florida. Like I said, it's expected to be weak, not a hurricane if it were to make it this far, the official forecast. Interesting. The GFS ensembles has a few, outliers that do the same thing. So you talk about running into a brick wall. I mean, it's like bam. There's nowhere to go. There's Bermuda. I think Bermuda's pretty good, actually, even though the NHC track makes it look like it's coming right at you. Most of these are turning before. So we got a lot to. This is such a crazy system. The more the models get tweaked and they're supposed to get smarter, the more that we're seeing them not agreeing as much. There's the Azores. So we'll keep an eye on this. The only thing that would be interesting, I guess, that could happen is if it crossed over and it stayed in these warmer western Atlantic waters. Yesterday, the GFS actually showed it's still kind of a system the time it reached over here. So, I ain't making this up. That's all the ones that ain't going to happen. Well, until there's a majority of models that say no, then we have to keep this option on the plate. For sure. Now, I like this website here. There's Tropical Tidbits. We already showed Tropical Tidbits. Here's Tommy Berg's site, Tomerberg. This is an ensemble blend, and what's interesting with this is it kind of tracks the big three, the UK, GFS, and Euro, and you can see a spread. The blue is basically the spread, and look at that spread. I'm thinking that's only like 5 days from now, so there's it's a bunch of different thinking on where this thing might possibly go. Now, it could just be a low pressure the time it gets over here, but it's still very interesting to watch what's going to happen. So yeah, you got to tease the idea. Hey, chance it might be coming to the southeast Florida Bahamas there. So that's that. We can look at another site here. This is weathernerds.org. Now we're going to look at two things here. One, of course, is Tammy. The other thing is what's starting to cook down here in the western Caribbean toward the end of the month. Tammy needs Snickers. Remember all the Snickers commercials? Yeah, Courtney, I can't say that about Tammy can't make up her mind. At least I had my peeps with me at Oktoberfest because I really thought they were gonna go kind of full Karen on me when I was messing around up on the stage. So man, just having a little fun. Oh man, look at this! Somebody bought me a funny. They think this is funny. Toilet paper. I think I'll save it for a special occasion. All right. So let's start looking at a couple things. Let's start looking down here as we watch the latest European ensembles for Tammy. These are 00Z, I hope. Yep, they are. Okay, so we can fast forward. All right. So basically it just stalls and then boom. Now, let me show you some of these pressure gradients. So we got 982, 985. That's still kind of strong. Could be still a hurricane. That's these, not just a couple outliers. But then we got 1,000, we got 1,000 there. I mean, some weakening. But you can see not all 51 members, but a good part of them. And this would be Sunday. So it could be on approach, Sunday. This weekend coming up. So we'll keep an eye on it. And then down here, toward the first part of the week, Halloween, we'll start to see some ensembles starting to show what we've been seeing a lot more of. Some low pressure areas starting to feel some love. This is the blend of models that I use a lot of, and I like it because it's kind of like a soap opera too. You kind of follow it, and the colors start to either indicate more support, less support, and we're starting to see blue now in this general area that we didn't see before. So yeah, here is leftover Tammy next Sunday. So there's still quite a bit of, some model support. It would still be a organized system. So the Euro is definitely still leaning towards that scenario. But you got to think about this now. Steering currents. All right, so whatever. I didn't want that. No, my mouse is sticky now. Why are you sticky? Now we got to go back. Steering currents, whatever's driving this way, eventually you would think would pick this up. And it's all about steering currents and timing of whatever. So as you see, you you're kind of seeing a little bit of pull to the north here towards the first part of November. And that makes sense because we have a front coming down. So everybody's like, when's the next front coming down? Well, it doesn't look like it's coming down anytime soon. Here is Monday the 30th. So this might be the next real cold front trying to come down next week. That's why we have no rain for the next 7 days. So the latest Euro is showing this low trying to do something down here, weak low. But when we have a high pressure system locked in, you have your winds like that. And what we have right now with our system here, high pressure is more like that. So it really has nowhere to go but crossing over to, like that. But as we get into the 30th, we have this front coming down, which typically drives high pressure systems a little over, a little weaker, creating a gap. And that's what you look for this time of year. Historically, this is what the maps look like for the month of October. This is the hot spot to watch. There's more storms in green than blue, and this is where they usually get going, and they usually curve. So it's very frontal line influenced. So if we get anything brewing down here, this is what we gotta, watch is timing of a front coming, and high pressure basically picks it up, helps turn it to the gap. So this could be cooking, is what I'm saying, towards the end of the month, first part of November. Not really shown solid yet, but we are getting more and more ensembles showing low pressure down here, lifting, and that's where we look at. So Tammy's a real question mark. One thing I was looking at this morning was an ensemble mean map, not like emotional mean. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. So is it wrong that we're listening to Christmas music? I gotta ask you this, because Sarah thinks it's hilarious that she puts the music on the car on Christmas, and then when I get in, she just giggles and giggles and giggles. So I've been listening to Christmas music to make her happy, and I'm like, it's weird. That's right. Somebody says Halloween sounds. Oh, and look what I found the other day too. The infamous rat. So now that I found the rat, Sarah's putting this all over the place now. Yesterday she put it on the keyboard with my bucket hat from TikTok. So she had it like that. So I lifted up the hat. Ah! She thought that was so funny. All right, random Halloween sound effect of the day. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's a good one. I like it. As we watch Tammy. Here, let's do a tropical weather report with that. Ready? Tricky Tammy churning up the tropics. Confused with her path, she is now putting Bermuda on standby. Surely not what you would expect, but with the tropics, any spectacular surprise may be lurking in the waters below. Whatever. Alright. So, Christmas music and Halloween ghost. Hi, I love this map. This is a tropical Atlantic. Let's go to Caribbean. This is a cool map. This is a ensemble mean spread, which I like. Let's not do that one. Let's do the control one. Alright. So this is kind of a blend of the Euro. It just puts puts them all together to give you an idea where the majority mean is. But as you can see, the euro gets awfully close to Bermuda. This is Friday. And then it keeps kind of together. Kind of. Nothing to worry about, but this is more important to show you the flow of what the average ensemble mean is showing. And this would be, unfortunately, nearing Halloween, which could mean rain for Halloween. And then we're starting to see the low pressures down here first part of the month. So that's an interesting model, I think. Just kind of shows you the general turn and thinking here. So, we had Nicole last year. Now here's these models popping up from the Caribbean. We kind of have to focus on. There's a few popping up, pulling north. So still watching this little area down here. This is not Tammy. The GFS ensembles kind of have the same cool maps here we can look at. They don't really have a mean one, but we can look at, this one's kind of easy to look at. So there's your flow of Tammy turning. And then we're starting to see some popping down here at the end of the month. There's the main cluster here, November 3rd. So, we'll have to watch. We'll see. Both the Euro and the GFS are showing, possible low pressures down here. So, hey, we should be getting one of these new global tropics hazards maps here later this week. But this is obviously what I keep showing, and this is official, and it's from NOAA, and it's basically solid red showing this week something here, this is probably more Invest 95. I don't know why that would be red, but for sure going in November. So, that's October 31st too. So, they were confident that Central America here, we could have a little something spin up. Whether or not it goes west, goes north, there's nothing, we'll see. Just a reminder, tropics end November 30th. I know everybody wants it to be over, and they're like, quit talking about it. Well, I can't, because it's part of the season, and we've had systems in November. Plenty of systems in November. Water temperatures are cooling down. It's important to note. Here's your water anomaly maps on Tropical Tidbits. Gulf's cooled down a little bit. Atlantic's cooled down a little bit. Main areas of Western Atlantic and definitely the Caribbean still above normal. So until those waters are cooled down, the water temperatures are definitely warm enough. Bay News 9 here has water temperature maps. Spectrum 9. Clystron 9. And look, we're still upper 80s. 86, 86, 86, 85, 85. So this is, luckily we're, right at that threshold, 81, 82, 84. So, anything 80 degrees, 79 degrees, you can still support tropical systems. So, and this is the area I always was worried about this year more than ever was Western Atlantic. And just obviously where Michael unfortunately got going this time of year. So you can see from the season that things have been pretty much cut off, as we saw with many El Nino years, almost zippo because of wind shear. That's kind of what El Nino years look like. A big gap here in the Western Caribbean. But Idalia formed almost where Michael formed. So this is where we got to worry about. Anything goes here, gets up here, gets going, turns off. So, but hey, guess what? Season is winding down. We are won't be talking tropics forever. Here's your frost freeze line. We just showed it. Could extend tomorrow. Big area getting cold. Here's your heavy rain. Nothing in the south. Hot, 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 hot. Let's take a look at temperatures for the week ahead. Might be flirting with some 90s in some spots here in the southeast. So a little cool down today, but nothing, or tomorrow, but still upper 80s all week long. So Florida, unfortunately, is back to summer again. Anyway, that's about it. I was looking. We really don't have any plans this weekend, so I was looking at where to go. I should have went snow chasing last week, but we had too much going on. But no chance of snow in the mountains this weekend. There's no cold front coming. Next cold front's coming. Halloween, not for the southeast, but maybe we'll see some. Let's see if we'll see any frozen precip with this one. This is after Halloween. Here's Sunday. Here it comes. There's our next front. And maybe a little dot here and there, but it doesn't look like it. There's going to be a lot of southerly flow out of this mixing, which will probably warm it up. God, we could see like no rain till next week. Well, maybe that front comes down. This is next November 2nd. What the hell, man? Is it ever going to rain again? I don't know. Will it ever rain again? Yeah, so this is tricky. The 12Z models are going to be really interesting. The Icon has been really pushing this thing towards Florida. This is next Sunday, Monday. Leftover Tammy, the Icon, has been really turning it. Let's see what H-Warp for them show. They're not really the best steering models. Can't even see where the hell it's at. Yeah, see, it's turning it, which is good. It's actually way east of Bermuda. So there's your H halves A, halves B. East gets it close to Bermuda, but then it curves it. These aren't the best tracking models. H-Wharf doing the same thing. And what's cool, so typically to me, the Euro is always one of the best upper steering maps. So we can see this here on your 500 millibar. This is high pressure in orange, low pressure in blue. Here's that front line that ended up kind of weak. So front line was weak, pulling our system up. This tries to follow our front line. Originally, it was supposed to be out of here. But what's happened is, as this gets up here, this goes away, and then high pressures connect, and we have a high pressure system, and it has really nowhere to go. So it runs into a brick wall, and there's our front. It's trying to catch up, but the front's like, nah, these two highs are going to connect the dots, and boom, guess what? Ain't going that way. And it shoves it back south. This is the Euro 500 millibar. So it's fascinating, right? That's exactly what happened with Sandy. High pressure built in, and it had nowhere to go but west. Crazy to see how that happens. For sure. But we'll see how much is left the time it gets to Florida. But it could be rainy. It could bring some storms this weekend, later part of the weekend and early next week. For sure. All right. Who's drinking mimosas? What? Anyway. Hey, a couple things on my site. Since it's Christmas time. First and foremost, 30% off Furman. Click on that right there. Free shipping. 30% off. You can also get them at Lowe's and Costco. But wonderful products. Refurbished deals are incredible. Like, they even have an American generator with a beer opener on it. What generator doesn't have a beer opener on it? Right? You gotta have an American generator with a beer opener on it. What the heck, right? Let's see, I got this on my cart. Let me get rid of this real quick. I don't want to buy them. I already got generators. Look at that $400 discount. MWP30. Good thing my address. Well, shit, you can find me. You can Google me. Hey, don't forget too. So, weather stations, right? Everybody's always asking me for my favorite weather station. We have a 10% deal with Tempest here, and you can get 10% off the most coolest, funnest. No more batteries to deal with. No more the spinny little things for your wind and rain. This thing is all self-contained. It's got the most awesomest app, and it actually adjusts your weather forecast based on your location. It's your own personal weather forecaster. So they got a lot of cool things. They have a educational kit too. I just ran across weather safety science kit, compatible with Disney Weather Check. So even that might be pretty neat for kids that are into weather. And then last but not least, we got our gear. I don't push my gear enough, but I'm wearing the hurricane shirt right now. Look. I wore it yesterday, but I wanted to show it today. It's technically not 24 hours old. I have a 24-hour rule with shirts, right? I put it on yesterday at 10:30. So you can always pick up like Furman, every generator tells a story, every shirt tells a story. And we have a lot of great designs with a lot of this is the one everybody's excited about. This one's coming. We sell a lot of these, actually. I survived another hurricane season with Mike's Weather Page. And there's our boy sleeping in a hammock. It's actually a two-sided design. Here's the front of it. We don't have a lot of two-sided design, but that's a cool one. So a lot of good memories with all that stuff. So but that's all for me. We're going to be live all week. Talking. We'll keep an eye on Tammy. I'm really curious with the 12Z models. We have a new 11 o'clock advisory coming out. We'll see what the National Hurricane Center says. If there's any more shifts west. The good news is, like I said, it's going to become subtropical, which means it'll be weakening some. But again, look at these winds. I want to show this real quick again. So big winds tomorrow. This is really interesting. So we got our high pressure setting up here, and here's our high. So this high that we're dealing with now is going to actually park itself and create a big old dome. But look at these winds tomorrow. Look at these start incoming tomorrow. And actually, they're going to get into Texas, too. I didn't mean to exclude Texas out of this whole thing. I forgot all about that. I should have showed it better than that. So, yeah, look at these winds tomorrow. So, this is tomorrow. This is overnight tonight, getting in the morning. But look at these winds. They're going to really be howling across Texas. They're going to be building across the Gulf, through the Keys. So, tomorrow, things really pick up as our high pressure builds. And we got some pretty big winds across the Bahamas tomorrow, all across Florida, down through the Keys tomorrow afternoon. Look at these winds, man. Holy cow. Overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. Look at these winds, man. It's going to be very rocky, man, along the Florida East Coast. So prepare for that. If you got boats and stuff, should start to slow down a little bit, maybe. Look at these. Oh, maybe we got bigger winds, maybe. If you remember, that's how Nicole got set up. Remember we had this really tight pressure gradient last year that was pushing winds in, and then Nicole came out of here and it added to these winds, and we had, the east coast of Florida got really battered. It was almost the exact same setup. High pressure was a little more to the north, pushing these winds in, and then Nicole came into the south. And we had days and days and days and days of just winds, And here's, the Euro showing it kind of fizzling out, but I'm still not convinced yet. That's 100%. But regardless, Florida East Coast is going to get tons of wind this week from that high pressure gradient down in the Bahamas, too. This is Thursday. Taking a pounding. Jeff, the winds will be there tomorrow. Tricky right now. It's very stagnant right now. Here's your wind setup in South Florida now. Very light, like you said. But then tomorrow, guess what? Big difference come tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning is going to be a night and day difference with the winds coming in. Are you Riggs? Happy Monday, buddy. What's up, Miss Mary Carroll? Ian, how's it going, Mr. Jamaica? Nothing for you, buddy. Jamaica's kind of not doing anything. I don't think this front didn't do anything, so you're not really having anything down there. Maybe a little moisture surge. We were watching this. Here's that wave that we kind of keep showing right here. So if anything starts brewing in the tropics, and that includes Jamaica right here, you can see this big old moisture surge here November 1st. That's kind of the area that we're going to be watching if it gets any chance to pull north. There's our next front coming down. So this is next Wednesday. Little lingering frontal stuff for you guys. I know we have people in Belize and the Yucatan, so there might be a little rain there for you tomorrow and Wednesday. So today's dry, but you could get a little rain incoming tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. We got our little tropical system down there. Did they name that one yet? It was Invest 95 or 3 or 1 or something. I don't even remember what it was. We got Norma. No. Oh, it's Otis. That's Otis. I didn't know we had Otis. That's that moisture surge midweek for Mexico. Otis. Otis. Norma. Is they even show Norma anymore? I didn't think Norma was around anymore. Nah, it's just a clump of clouds right now. There's Norma. Now this moisture is actually going to be bringing. Check this out. So we were talking about this last week. Let's look at the rain. So we're going to see rain into Texas later today, mainly tomorrow. But look at this rain. This is interesting. This is the 2-day rains from Norma that's going to make its way into Texas. So here's your 2-day rains. So believe it or not, this is Norma rains. Going to be juicing things up in Texas, a little bit in Oklahoma. So this has been on the forecast now for a week. Norma's crossed into Mexico. Remnants. Remnants. That would be a cool, if you had a weather-themed movie theater, remnants could be like little pieces of chocolate, and they're little, I used to love the Junior Mints. So if you made junior mints, they would be like remnants of Junior Mints. Like pieces of Junior Mints, like remnants. Anyway, Texas rains today. Let's see if we can see it on timing today to see when it's going to come up there and get you. So Norma rains reaching Texas, and we got a good map here. All right, so let's go here, and you can start to see the rains pulling up from Mexico through Tuesday. It's sloppy, but it's rain, and y'all want rain. You need the rain, so it'll help with a little bit. There's your accumulated rains through Tuesday, so you can get some, couple inches maybe. That's where the rain's gonna fall, thanks to leftover Norma. What's up, Ms. Linda? Good morning. Would love to see Ginger, Billy, and Mike on a stage. Who would that be? Like Gilligan's Island? I love Gilligan's Island. All right. Well, anyway, we will be here tomorrow. No point in rambling on. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope I said hey to a few of y'all. What's up, Miss Katie Haley? We'll be going up there for the Gulf Coast Jam again on June 1st. We're going to be doing a hurricane special from the stages of the Gulf Coast Jam, June the 1st. We did it last year. This year I'm going to make more of a production out of it. More anticipation. So, not like I'm looking forward to next season, but got a plan. So we're excited about that. So, yeah, Linda, I was reading a bunch about the Mississippi River, trying to find out more about the salt wedge. I don't know enough about it to report on it, but I know they're very dry. The river's very slow. James, softball highlights. I do have one. She had 2 doubles this weekend. Let's see if I can put them up here. She did really good. She pitched 2 games. Here's her doubles. She smacked them pretty good, actually. Ooh. That one hit the fence. 2 RBI. Oh, that was 1 RBI. Then this one here. Almost the same spot. Bounced off the fence. Got 2 RBI on that one. She struggled a little bit, but she popped up a lot this weekend. And she did do an 8 strikeout game. This is a good pitch here. She had some heat on this one. Getting faster. Alrighty. Well, hope everybody has a great day. I will be back tomorrow. Be filling everybody in on Tammy all day. Hopefully the rest of the weather kind of makes sense. Still a lot of weather out there. We talked a lot about El Nino on Friday. Friday, we went into great lengths about El Nino and the effects it's going to have in the southeast, south, north, specifically Florida. So that'll be the big weather news leading into the wintertime months. Got some flooding concerns here the next 4 days, actually. Look at this. This is actually left over normal, believe it or not. So there's today, tomorrow. Look at that. Wednesday. You get 3 days. Heavy rain there in Middle Texas into Oklahoma. I don't think there's anything else. We can look at some, let's look at the wave map real quick. I want to see. I'm trying to go an hour, Shelly. I'm like 1 minute away, so I like to go an hour. It's like a weird pet peeve of me. But we can look at some winds here. Let's take a look at wave maps. Let's see if these things really pick up through the week. And of course they do. This is through Thursday. But pretty good daily beach action. We're talking nothing really today, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Persistent winds there along the coast. And it's going to last through the weekend. That's a lot of days. So a lot of here's your 90-hour. Even along, Georgia, I included Georgia, and then of course Texas. But heaviest wave action is going to be incoming off the Atlantic for the Florida Central East Coast. So surf's up, dude. It's pretty cool to see how the Florida West Coast doesn't get anything. That's because the winds are coming out of the east, so they don't start building until they, reach open waters. So the protection of the land actually keeps the waters calm along the coastline. Fascinating. But not on the other coast. So surf's up, dude, on the Florida East Coast this week. All right, we made it to an hour. Sandra, that was a very nice comment. Thank you. Pensacola. Hey, thanks for the stars, Miss Trish from Pensacola. We'll be close to Pensacola in June. All right. Have a great Monday. We'll be watching the Vikings tonight. My wife's a big Vikings fan, and I'm so disappointed in the Bucks. They don't look good at all. They have no aggression. Terrible. So anyway, we're going to be rooting on the Vikings tonight. Julie's going to be excited. She's from Minnesota, so we'll be wearing our purple gear tonight. All right. See everybody tomorrow, Tuesday. Tacos. All right. Have a good day.